So the first section of this video, we're just finishing the heritage job off to a scaffold lift, getting the blockwork up to height for the bird cage. I run through the whole the bonding of it. There's a couple of bits I've touched on in previous videos about the bonding. One being like the plinth detail in the corner to get, you know, correct bond all the way through, but it'll make sense when you see it.
Definitely not the quickest flank, but it's going to look good. This kind of thing is where bricklayers are made. Little finicky little reveals and indents, but he's done well on that. Fucking hell, Ollie. You're getting fucking rougher. Look at the state of it. It's disgusting. So this is my corner. And this is Ollie Van Nistelrooy's. Can you see the difference? So my last story, someone said about the bonding. They said, oh, nice bonding. You know, trying to be funny or clever or whatever. Now, the reason that 2-inch piece is there is because if you put it in against the steel, you get a straight line, so it doesn't tie in behind the staunching. So if you put the cut there, as you can see, and put the full block in, you've got a tie into the staunching on both courses. And I guess they're thinking about that 3-inch cut in Ollie's blockwork over there, which would be behind the chimney. So to put a 3-inch cut in, you can't guarantee filling the joint. So we put a full block and put the little cut in next to it, which is clearly not a problem, but obviously some people try to be clever. If you look there, look, you got header closure. You look there, you got header closure. You look there, you got header closure. And the same course, every course, all the way through. So matching sets. So the second course down from the line you can see, header closure, header closure, header closure, header closure, header closure, header closure. So the whole facade with the 2 windows, one there, door, window, it all runs through brickwork. Now this ain't down to pure skill. I mean, obviously I had a little bit of license for the windows, so I set the windows so that I could make it work. Header closure, header closure. Now I have to finish at the top on a header closure to get the arches in the right set the right way. So there's a little bit of luck, you know, 9 times out of 10 you'd have broken bond, but fortunately for this elevation I've managed to get away with not having any broken bond at all. Now if you look round this side, I didn't have such good luck because I couldn't make the window work and the length of the building. So as you can see, you've got a double stretcher there. Now some people prefer a triple header or a double stretcher, so it's all depending on what you fancy.
The next part of this video, you'll see us setting out some templates for some cambered arches. Now, me and Ollie originally done the first one. Ollie said it was easy, you know, and he regretted it straight after because I said he had to do one on video on his own, which you'll see whether he failed or completely stuffed it up.
So me and Ollie, between us, have done one of the set sizes of arches. Ollie said once you know what you're doing, it's easy. So because he said that, now he has to put his money where his mouth is. So let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got in the tank.
Alright,
so you've got a 1040 opening.
So we've got a 1040 opening.
Yeah.
So we'll put a 1040.
Yeah.
But we've got to allow the 3mm joints either side first of all. Yeah. So that's 6mm that comes off of this what would you call it, this number? Yeah. We're taking 6mm off, it leaves us with 1034.
Yeah.
So now we've got to divide 1034 into an odd number of voussoirs with the calculator.
But there is a bit of a but. And what is the but? Well, you've got a key brick, but you have to be an even number either side of the key brick. So although it's an odd number,
it's odd total, but it's even each side. And
even each side of the key, yeah.
In the middle,
yeah.
That's fine.
So if you think about it, you could be 25 or 29. You can't
Yeah.
be 27 because
No.
that'd be 2 13s and a 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I do get there.
All right, well, I've saved your bacon on that one.
So, the previous one, it worked out going into 29, but it was slightly larger. So just from guesswork at the moment, I'm going to predict that we could do it into 25.
Right. So, if you're doing it into 25, what's your sum? What are you going to do to work all this out?
1034
Yeah.
divided by 25, which leaves us 41.36.
Well, you're not going to be able to split 0.36 of a mil.
No, but if
So how are we going to work that out then?
36, you could roughly say, is 33, which 33 roughly fits into 1 mil 3 times, yeah?
Yeah.
Roughly. So we could have, if we're doing into 25, it means we've got how many each side?
12.
12 each side. So we could do, if there's 3 of them, 12 total. We could have 12. You could have 3. You could have 3 of them at 42.
Do the sum then. It's a case of
Let me figure it out first though.
Yeah.
So if we've got 8, no, we could have 4. So we're going to do 8. Yes, we're going to do 8 at 41. Can't really see it that way. We're going to do 8 at 41.
yeah.
And then we're going to do 4 at 42.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll add all that up and see where you come.
8 times 41, which equals 328.
Yeah.
328. And then we're going to do 42 times by 4, which equals 168. So those two added together plus 328 equals 496.
You're forgetting one thing. You need half of your key brick,
Half of my key brick. So
which is going to be
21.
21. Yeah. So add
No, it's
20.
not going to be 21. It's going to be.
Yeah. Well, we half 42 is 21.
Yeah, but I'm going to have.
You can't do half a mil, so you're right.
Okay, we'll do it that one then.
Yeah. So add 21.
So that's that total.
Add 21.
Plus 21, 517.
And half of 1034 is.
517.
Look at the smug cunt. No, well done. That's right. You got that one.
So, we know that works
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah.
So now, what I'll quickly do off camera is I'll quickly set my
Set your 300 parallels. So you've got a parallel line of 300 because that's the height, and then you can set your skew back by your 225 300, and then we can go from there. Right. So how do you get your skew back, my friend?
Okay, so we've got an overall height of 300,
Yep.
and if you're working out a 45-degree angle, you could go 300 out, 300 up, and that'll give you a 45.
Yeah.
Now we want to do 60% instead of 45%, so we need degrees. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we need a third extra, if that makes sense. It's a 15 on top of the 45, so it needs to be a third more. So if we take a third off of 300, you get 225.
If you take a quarter off 300, or if you add a third onto 225, you get 300.
You get what I'm
Either
saying?
way, yeah. Go on.
You get what I'm
That's
saying?
fine.
So that's how
I
we
think
got,
they get it.
Yeah, we think we get it. So that's how we got the 225.
Yeah.
So you do 225 along, knowing that your height's 300, and then if you, obviously we did squared off the edge here, knowing that it's a squared it's square. Put those two lines together, and that gives you
Your 60 degrees. So now, how do you find your centre point?
So your
Because
centre point.
you've got a centre line that we put there
So
earlier.
we've got the centre line. So we'll take the 6 foot.
Yeah.
Let me grab the string. So you take the 6 foot level, and you make sure that it intersects between both of your points, just like this. And
Yeah.
where that lands on the end, which is just shy of our line.
Yeah, that's right. We can extend the line. So just extend the line on. So when they can't. So hold that.
Yeah.
Do the whole line and go past that centre line, and then you can just extend the centre line. Yeah. But for the purposes of this, but you need the whole line. No, you don't. No, yeah, it's fine.
So anyway,
So I'll hold it this end, you hold it that end, and then just mark that continually through. That's it.
so
So now
now we know this is our reference point right here. So where our string line will go to be able to figure out our
voissoirs.
Yeah. There you go.
Sorted. So
this is allowing our joint. Our voissoir starts on the left line that you can see.
Yeah.
So I figured out that our first 4 are going to be at 42, and then the last 8 are going to be at 41.
Yeah.
So if we do slightly back, so I can see the line. So we've got.
You got.
Oh,
Donut.
what happens when you've got shaky hands. Oh, so 42.
Is that since your chlamydia?
Yeah, that is exactly what I shake.
So 42.
Yeah.
84.
168.
So that's our 442, you said, wasn't it?
Yeah, and now it's 41. So
Now it's 41. So what was the number again? The last number?
168.
168. So 41 or 168 is 209. 250. 291. 332. 373. 413. No, 414. 455. And 496. And then what you should be left with is half of a voissoir.
And it's 40, so it should be 21.
Should be 21. Yeah.
10.
That is fucking close, mate. I'll give you that.
That is pretty.
He's done it.
That's it. So now we know that's right. So now we want to mark 42
What are you marking 42 for?
for our key brick.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. You are right. That's me.
10, 42. I need to extend this line.
Yeah, that's fine. So far, you're putting your money where your mouth is, kid. Just explain what you're doing now.
So now we've marked out the base of our voissoirs. We're using the string lines that run through to basically show us the total voissoir in a sense. We've worked out the base. The string line runs through from our reference point here, and then in total, once we move this line through on these points here, it will give us the shapes for our rubbers.
Right, we won't bore them with doing the whole thing because you're showing what it's for. We'll do the first one just so that people can see. Mind your finger, mate. There. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Next one. So what I'm doing here, just so if you can't see, I'm going to one side of the line, and as long as Ollie knows it's the left or the right, it doesn't really make a difference as long as it's constant. Alright, that'll do.
Right, so we've used the string to stripe our lines, and now I'm taking this metal ruler. I'm going to be marking with the pen, or chalk, pen, whatever you want to call it. So basically mark where our voissoirs are, but it's quite finicky, especially when you've got shaky hands.
Well, you ain't got enough to play with anyway, because if you're out by a mill, you're out, yeah.
That's it, so you've got to make sure you're doing it very carefully.
I mean, you can go past the line, it ain't going to affect anything. It's easy.
And obviously, because it's 300, this cambered arch, I'm going to be having a brick and then a half in it. So after I've done this, I'll demonstrate how we work that out.
Good man. I won't bore him with all that. Ollie, what are you doing here?
So, what I've now done is I've put the voissoir lines in, and I've also put in our 3mm joint on them.
Yeah.
Because of the size being 300, we've got a brick and a half in a sense.
Yeah.
We want it to be full brick at the bottom for the key brick.
Yeah.
And half at the top. And we know, after working it out, that it's 99mm for the half.
Yeah.
Obviously 102 to allow for the 3mm joint. So I've gone through and marked the 99 on alternatives.
So that makes the full brick a 198.
Yes.
So 299 is 198, which is, yeah. One thing worth mentioning as well, obviously you've got a full brick on the keystone, on the key brick, and you also want one on the first voussoir, hence why it's an even amount either side of the key brick, because then you end in the right form.
Yeah, so that's that. So we've done the 99mm off this one, and then I can measure 99mm from this line, put that through, put the joint in, and that is a completed.
And then it's just a case of cutting it out. So we'll have a look when you're done.
And the final part of the video was a busy week considering it was a 4-day week. The final bit of the video was a client we've done some work for before. He's quite particular on what he likes and what he dislikes. He gave us this bit, he said, oh, I just want this covered up, I'll do what you think. So we put a plan together, designed it, put it to him, he said, yeah, I love the idea, and you'll see how he executed it really. The only problem is, we run out of gear towards the end of the day, so we didn't quite get it finished, and obviously I said I'd get this video up for Sunday. So you'll see the finished article in our next video.
So these are the kind of jobs I love. I got sent a video yesterday and said how he wants to hide this wall, and you can see there all the crummy shitty sort of chucked in stuff. The problem is I've got to get from there to there. So what me and Ollie have decided to do is do a double S. So it's going to come down, up, go along a bit and down again to be to that end, because it only actually goes to here and then it goes into the ground. So what they're trying to do is sort of hide all this sort of decrepit work, and obviously concrete it and consolidate it. But obviously it's just trying to get it from the head of this door down, swept, and make it look like it's, you know, not a sort of a, you know, make do kind of thing. Here we know we've got a drop about 1200. So what I thought was we could have, we put a line 600 from the top of the board, and we've put a trammel in where you can see there. Quickly show you, demonstrate to you. So that comes down to the centre of the line, and then we know then that we can go the opposite way, you see, and that gives us a 1200 drop and a balanced S. You can't really see the lines very well because it's on OSB board, it's a pain. So we were told that we had to do something with this, not really given any master plan. We come up with an idea, client loved it, and there it is. Only problem is we just run out of material, so we didn't quite get to putting solder on. So that'll have to wait till Monday now.